You guys, we have serious information that I must share.
Okay, share.
It might upend all of our weekend plans because apparently the CDC has put out new guidelines, tips on sharing and surviving, I should say, a zombie apocalypse.
What?
I'm not making this up.
The CDC?
This is starting to trend right now. The CDC.
We did this story like 3 days ago, though.
Okay, well, it's back. They're telling me that we need to do it again, Tucker. So I'm just taking direction, right? So maybe someone spotted a zombie.
You sold it to me, Holly, but I think we reported this like 3 days ago.
Well, it's my first time hearing about it.
Okay, thank you, Marissa. Wisdom, have you heard about it?
No, I didn't know zombies were
great.
real.
Well, clearly Tucker was watching another news program because we didn't have it. Okay, here we go. So Nostradamus, you know, he actually predicted in 2021 that there would be a Russian scientist create a biological weapon that will produce a virus and turn humankind into zombies.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the human race will end as we know it. I mean, this is like a real thing that he predicted. I mean, it's pretty ominous. You ready? This is what he said. Few young people, half dead to give a start, dead through spite. He will cause the others to shine, and in an exalted place, some great evils to occur.
I like how he always spoke in like sort of like, you know,
right?
Abstract.
Do we really understand what he's saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how they got Russian scientists out of this, but they did. Sad concepts will come to harm each one. Temporal, dignified, the mass to succeed. Fathers and mothers dead of infinite sorrows.
What?
Women in mourning. The pestilent she, monster, the great one to be no more. All the world to end. Now,
This weekend?
well, in 2021. It might be starting this weekend. But here's the thing. The CDC has actually put out guidelines for an emergency preparedness kit in case zombies, you know, flesh-eating zombies start to come and attack you. Do you have the right things in place? Do you have water? See, Steve's
water.
researching it right now.
No, he's not researching it. He is one.
Well, then, you know,
Cue
oh,
up the Thriller music.
yeah. Then, Tucker, you need your kit now.
Okay,
But
so Holly,
they're really, look it up, Marissa. There's a real CDC guidelines, and this is starting to trend. I mean, somebody clearly had it 3 days ago, according to Tucker, but it's trending now.
Here's the thing, Holly. What did Nostradamus say about coming to America too? That's what I want to know.
Well, this is what's scary. He said it would be funny, but not as funny as the first, and
Okay,
some might
all
be
right.
disappointed. So he was right on.
Okay, all right. And what did he say about the finale of WandaVision? See, those are the questions I want to know from Nostradamus.
Well, he had all that. It's a different chapter of the book.
Oh, it's a different chapter.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I could be Nostradamus. Hang on. I see a team in a uniform will win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. And it will be within the confines of the United States.
yes.
Yeah. And the game will be played in January.
And the quarterback's initials will be TB.
Right, exactly.
Right about that. He was right about that.
Right? So anyway, I don't know. I don't make that stuff up. They just tell me that we needed to talk about it because it is on fire on the web.
What is it? So there's a zombie kit?
Yeah, right here. It's a preparedness
What
kit.
is it? What's in a zombie preparedness
Well, funny you should ask. The first thing you need is a gallon of water per person per day. Food, stock up on non-perishable items that you eat regularly, get your medications, all your prescriptions. Tools and supplies. They suggest something like a utility knife, duct tape, battery-powered radio. Household bleach, soap, towels, clothing
clearly
is
they're,
ready.
Sounds like a serial killer kit.
Right?
Clearly, there's some effort to be humorous here, but I think after the COVID pandemic, I'm not feeling funny about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And,
Exactly.
you know, go ahead, bring it on at this point. Like, I could care.
Copies of your driver's license, passport, birth certificate, first aid
Why would I
supplies.
need that? Just keep it all because I
Just
guess
all
zombies
important
don't die.
papers. You know,
They'll be
all your
here.
important papers you need in one place.
Okay.
I think, like Tucker's right, I think obviously this is the CDC being a little bit funny. I mean, Nostradamus did predict this, but I think the CDC is using it as a chance for us to all maybe be prepared for a natural disaster.
Yeah. And we need a little levity too, so I do appreciate that. It's been a tough year.
Well, if we're not prepared now, we ever be prepared? I mean, I got enough toilet paper, and by the way, that's good for zombie apocalypse too. And I got enough other supplies to last me
Zombie
like
might
6 more
scare the
months.
out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just keep the shades closed and I just peek out the side like that creepy guy. No, I'm fully in on this.
You're like the zombies have nothing on me.
Oh yeah,
I
nothing.
got your creepy.
Are there any weapons on that list?
Let me see. Let me
Well, you know you
check my
can't kill
CDC
zombies.
list.
Right.
You can cut their head off.
Is that how you kill a
Still
zombie?
just slide and-
Now,
No,
how
once
do
you
you
cut-
kill a zombie?
Once you cut the head off, it's done.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saw it on
So
The
that
Walking
maybe
Dead.
that's why they had the knife there.
Yeah.
The utility
Well,
knife. It was listed.
But you're gonna need something bigger than a utility knife. You're probably gonna need like a machete or a chainsaw
Or an axe.
or an axe. Two of those I actually have in my house.
It did.
Actually, and you know another way you can kill a
Sorry,
zombie.
did he just say you had a machete and an axe? I mean, two of the three. It really doesn't matter which two.
It doesn't matter which two. Also, another way you can kill a zombie, according to, what I've seen on television,
Yes.
is to blow his head off.
Well, what about garlic? What do you use?
No, that's
garlic?
for
That's
vampires.
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 That-
Yeah.
and that's
I knew
just to keep them
garlic-
away.
Yeah.
I think with a vampire, you have to drive a stake through their heart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Or you put them out in the sunlight and they'll just burn up.
oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about a vampire because if you don't invite them inside your house, they can't come in.
Can I
They
just say
can
real
be out
quick?
They have to have an invite.
If this
I didn't
really
know
goes
that.
down, I'm hanging out with Wisdom. He knows all kinds of
Right?
And
I have no
weapons.
clue, man. He's got
I have
like
weapons.
100 ways to kill a zombie here.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
he say? I'm going axe and chainsaw. I think that's the two you have.
Well,
I think so. Too.
Axe.
well,
and
you can
chainsaw.
blow their brains out too.
how
You
do
can
they
blow
get
their
to
head
Yeah,
off.
okay, got it.
I don't even know
say you
how
had
does
that
a zombie
too.
get, like, they bite you? What do they do?
Yeah, they're supposed to bite. They're supposed to bite you, and you turn into a zombie. But
Well,
you,
then, yeah, they're like the undead,
Yeah.
right? And then you become undead?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
that kind of thing?
yeah. Then you
Well,
slowly turn.
Considering most of my teeth are either fake or in bad shape, I'd be a terrible zombie. I'd
Well,
like biting, I wouldn't even
the
break
zombies
flesh.
don't have, caps on their teeth either.
They don't. They don't
I've
have
really
teeth.
never seen a good-looking zombie, if I'm being honest. I mean,
Right.
generally, it's not a good
I
look.
can't believe we're
Right.
spending all this time talking about zombies.
It's fascinating. I just need to get my kit together
Well,
this weekend.
you know
Gotta
what?
go
Just
shopping.
come up to Clarksburg. I got it. I got plenty of stuff. I got
And Chef Daddy's
chainsaws.
got all the food, too,
That's right,
so,
he
you
does.
know.
Yeah, I got chainsaws. I got weapons.
Well, Tucker, will Chef
Multiple-
Daddy be able to
multiple
grill? Oh,
What
did
is
you
that?
bring
A
those?
Can you
zombie
hit a
forecast?
zombie over the head with a pan? That's the
You
question.
can't hit a zombie with a pan. That's not going to do anything.
You hit it hard enough, you'll knock their head off.
No, you won't. We've never seen that before.
We've
What
never
is
seen
going
zombies
on?
before.
What is going on?
What
here?
is going on over
in the
there?
kitchen?
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, weather, Tucker.
Yeah, let's do some business. Hey, listen, guys, it's going to be chilly this weekend. I don't know what the temperature is for zombies to sort of optimal biting.
Well, they're
weather.
dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
45 this afternoon. Listen, it's breezy out there, so even with the sunshine, it's gonna be a cool afternoon. Cold tonight if you're trying to do the outdoor dining, and then a chilly weekend, but dry weekend, guys. Both Saturday and Sunday featuring dry conditions, kind of in and out of the clouds Saturday and Sunday, and then all next week we're gonna be talking about springtime warm up, 60s by Tuesday, upper 60s by Wednesday, and I think right now we'll get to 70 by next Thursday, and that would be our first one since all the way back in last November.
Okay. So one of our viewers said that a pan will not kill a zombie, that we need to get it together. So look, I did just Google how to kill a zombie.
Okay.
And you're right, Wisdom, they do recommend decapitation as the
Told you.
number one way.
Told you.
Yeah, it just lop off the cranium with a chainsaw, machete, or samurai sword. Says so right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got a sword at home. I'll be fine.
Well, it says mind the follow through, though, because anything less than 100% severance just isn't good enough.
Follow through with the task. That's
Oh,
all.
Right.
Bludgeoning, burning, exploding.
Yeah, they explode.
Apparently
If you
those
shoot them in the head, their head will explode. But you got to make sure it's blown clean off.
Oh gosh, I have to buy weapons too now.
What happens if you chop off a head and then you realize, oops, that wasn't a zombie?
Just someone ugly.
Yeah. Then you're doing time.
Yeah,
Like,
then that's a different story, and we'll be talking about it on the news.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
See, this could lead to go bad places. I'm
Oh
going
my
to just
gosh.
lay low.
Just
All right, have a
watch
good weekend,
Coming
guys.
to
All of
America.
you.
Just watch Coming to America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friday.
Safer.
WandaVision
And Oprah.
and Oprah.
You get an Oprah. You get an Oprah. You get an Oprah.
This is the Good Day DC After Show.
Do you say free fries when you get vaccinated? I got vaccinated.
I wanted ice cream!
You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this?
This is delicious. back, please.
Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat no. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's kind of interesting, Rhonda. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine announced a series of statewide drawings on Wednesday to encourage people to get vaccinated.
And it's pretty incredible. Get a COVID vaccination in the Buckeye State and get a shot at winning $1 million or a free ride at a state university.
Wow.
Seriously? Jason Carr's in the carport with more.
Does it have to be the Ohio State University? Get your vaccine cards ready. The winning numbers are... It's one of the largest financial incentives announced by any state to combat declining vaccinations. As you guys said, starting May 26th, the state, Ohio, will award $1 million each week to an adult who has received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. There will be 5 total drawings, and residents under the age of 18 who are eligible to receive a COVID-19 vaccine will be entered into a drawing for a chance at winning a full 4-year ride to one of the state's universities. It's news that has the entire state and the country talking, while some are as enthused.
I think it's a great opportunity for people not only to get vaccinated, but to make money. It's actually pretty cool.
You know, you shouldn't be incentivized to get something for health purposes. And also, like, where's it, if DeWine's going to be giving money to people who have been vaccinated, like, where is that coming from?
You know, DeWine said it will be paid using federal coronavirus funds. The incentives were announced along with news that DeWine is asking the Ohio Department of Health to lift most pandemic health orders come June 2nd. It's actually kind of a shame that we'd have to incentivize people to get vaccine, but that's the way it is.
Last week, we also told you about a few trends, developments that could shape our pandemic strategy in the days to come. And one of them is increasingly becoming a challenge for India. It's called black fungus or mucormycosis. It's a rare and deadly fungal infection. It is being reported in several states in India, mostly in post-COVID patients, people who have survived the virus but now face a new battle. Doctors say there is nothing to panic about, but there are a lot of questions that are floating. What exactly is this infection? What's causing it? How many cases are being reported? Where are they being reported? And most importantly, is black fungus life-threatening? Our next report has some answers.
Sinonasal, orbital, and rhinocerebral. These are 3 types of mucormycosis or black fungus. Their cases are currently on the rise in India. All 3 types are equally dangerous. But what exactly is this infection? The Center for Disease Control and Prevention defines black fungus as a serious but rare fungal infection caused by a group of molds, which live freely in the environment, particularly in soil, wet surfaces, and decaying organic matter. People get infected when they come in contact with these fungal molds. For example, the lung or sinus forms of black fungus occur after someone breathes in the spores. In pre-COVID times, this infection was quite rare around the world, but since the pandemic, cases have increased due to complications related to the virus. In India, only a few cases were reported in New Delhi last year, but now the new virus mutant is driving a surge in black fungus infections across the country. Cases are being reported at hospitals in New Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Who is getting infected or is likely to be infected? According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, 4 kinds of people. Those who used steroids during their COVID-19 treatment, thus lowering their immunity. Those who had prolonged stays at hospital ICUs and are yet to recover, those with diabetes or a history of kidney and heart failure, and those who are on medication for major health problems that reduces their ability to fight pathogens. The infection typically starts growing from the nose, upper jaw, and travels to the brain. Experts say once it reaches the brain, it's almost a death sentence. So if you are experiencing any of these symptoms, see a doctor at the earliest. Pain under the eyes, one-sided facial swelling, nasal or sinus congestion, black lesions on nasal bridge, stuffy or bleeding nose, toothache or loosening teeth, and partial loss of vision. How do you protect yourself from such an infection? Experts advise the following steps. Wear a mask at all times. Wear shoes, long trousers, and preferably gloves if you step out into a park or for gardening. And maintain personal hygiene, including a thorough scrub bath. What about treatment? How can black fungus be cured? That's the big challenge. Treatment involves surgically removing all dead and infected tissues and administering a course of antifungal therapy, but the drugs used for this therapy are expensive and in short supply. The basic cost of even an antifungal injection is around 9,000 rupees per day. At a time when India's health infrastructure is already facing a shortage of supplies, the news of black fungus has come as an additional headache for doctors. Prevention is our best defense. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Tonight, the new face of the pandemic is now one without a mask. The CDC's ground-shifting change impacting the 117 million fully vaccinated Americans who will no longer need to physically distance or wear a mask, outdoors or indoors.
We have all longed for this moment.
The dramatic cultural shift, by far the biggest restriction rollback, and also a major incentive for the roughly 130 million in this country who qualify to be vaccinated but are not.
2 weeks after your last dose, you can shed your mask.
Still, with COVID comes caveats. The new maskless guidelines do not apply to those who are partially or not at all vaccinated. The CDC also says if you're in a public healthcare setting, on an airplane or public transportation, or in a business that requires a mask, you must wear one without exception.
Do you have your Vax cards?
Across the country, most businesses, including grocery stores, malls, and coffee shops, mandate masks. Changes may not come overnight. Most establishments follow state and local restrictions, who will likely implement the new shifting policy on their own timeline.
The rule is very simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do.
With vaccinations down 42% since peaking a month ago, hesitancy remains a major problem. To pump up slumping numbers, some states taking incentives to a new level. Lester speaking to Ohio's governor, who's handing out $1 million to 5 vaccinated residents in a state drawing.
There are people out there who we think can be persuaded, and some of them may like the idea that they can win $1 million.
For those not convinced, the CDC says the threat remains real for the unvaccinated.
You remain at risk of mild or severe illness, of death, or of spreading the disease to others. you should still mask and you should get vaccinated right away.
I'll get vaccinated in a second. If it means I don't have to wear a mask.
The CDC's sudden change comes 2 days after a grilling on Capitol Hill over confusing restrictions.
The American people have just lost patience with us.
The agency faced pressure to ease mandates as new infections plummet. Now the nation taking a major step forward, an about face over face masks for the vaccinated.
Tonight, states like Washington, Oregon, and Michigan are still dealing with COVID hotspots. Hospitalizations there have also been an issue. In regions where COVID cases are still a problem, those face mask mandates may not go away anytime soon.